Oh, I forgot the main light. Oh, looks like I need to, looks like I'm setting the mood. I think I'm about to read a book or something. This is about to be a book on tape. Morgan Freeman voice. I don't know, this is what it's supposed to look like. Yeah, that's a bit better. Alright, let's do an Ask Hitch. What's up guys, it's Hitch here, and look at this shirt. This is a company called God Mode. Way back when I first started doing anything in the community, this was my first ever sponsor. How crazy is that? I just found it and it doesn't fit anymore, but don't worry about it. It has story behind it. Before we get into the questions, I wanted to show you guys this. So it's a canvas that my mom made. How crazy is that? She made two of them. One is my logo, of course, and then the other one is the grain wall. And I might put them like on the actual Intel. Oh no. I don't know how I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna hang it in my house somewhere, but I just don't know where. Yeah. So let's get into these questions. Ask Hitch from Vigor or Cole. Did you ever expect to get this node in the community after you did the off-stream updates? I actually did a whole entire Around the Bar episode about that particular situation when I did the updates. I put that video in the description. I don't actually really like that part of my career path, I guess. I really don't like, you know, that part of it. I like more so of doing complete and total productions and things like that, and making real videos rather than just tweeting out the scores at one time. But yeah, check that video out if you don't mind. Question 4, Axel Snake Eyes. Hitch, would you rather sit on a cake or a penis? I get asked that question every single time, man. You guys gotta figure out some more questions. I've answered it probably in other videos, like 3 other videos. Ask Hitch from the Highton, or how is this a name? If we were both squirrels, would you eat my nuts? I probably wouldn't eat your nuts, you know, just without asking. It would definitely be like a shared thing. Like if you wanted me, you know, if you were willing to share your nuts with me, then yes, of course I'd eat your nuts, but I wouldn't just, you know, take them. King Banks, ask Hitch, who is the coolest / realest pro player? I don't know if realist means like chillest, like down to earth, or realist means like, yo, that dude is real. If it's like real, like I'm scared of him because he's kind of scary and he's like a hoodlum, it's definitely a Tatch. Tatch is a very scary guy. You know, you just don't want to mess with him. Coolest, I'd say Wheats, but don't tell him that because, you know, I don't want to boost his ego any more than it already is. Rage_diffuse says, what inspired you to do what you do now? I'm guessing he's talking about, you know, just YouTube in general. Instead of, because I started out doing videography, but whatever. YouTube in general, I've watched YouTubers for a really long time. Back in, you know, Modern Warfare 2, I started watching commentaries that have transferred over to IRL videos and vlogs and stuff. And so, you know, I just followed the scene and then decided I wanted to jump into it too. And, you know, seems to be going pretty good so far. Do you think this current Optic gaming roster could continue dominating in Black Ops 3? Of course, they don't miss, and you have Crim6 that's gonna pick the game apart as soon as the game comes out. So yeah, this team's not going anywhere, and they're gonna. I am convinced that this team will outplace or win more championships than the EG Complexity Squad because they're just stupid. The man, the myth, says, ask Hitch, would you rather have 50K in your bank account tomorrow or never be bothered by a bug for the rest of your life? I'm taking the money. It is that kind of time in my life. I'm sure there are people my age right now in the world that would just rather, you know, they don't need that little amount of money, I guess you could say. But no, I'm taking the money. I could maybe quit one of my jobs and just do really kickstart Intel to where I want it to be until I do that full time. So yeah, 50K, it would be an investment, and I don't really mind bugs that much. Some bugs. Rachel Gillespie says, or Miss Lethality, like lethal it. I don't know, that's weird. Are your parents supportive of your YouTubing? Obviously I just showed you guys the paintings that my mom made. Yes, they are supportive, or my mom is, you know, it's just my mom and I, so yeah, she is very supportive. At first it was, you know, it took a while to really convince her, but then I started showing, you know, who I was working for, and you know, she watches like Kingdom's videos, and she's really, you know, she likes how positive he is, and I like to be, you know, really positive as well. And then also I showed her like the Forbes list with the Optic members on it, and I was saying, you know, like, this is real, like, this isn't, I'm in a position that is real. It's not, you know, it's not me chasing a unreachable dream. Like, it's going to happen if I work hard enough. So once she saw how hard I was going for it, and you know, I not dropped out of school, but I left school, and I got a job, and basically dedicated all my time when I'm not in the job to this YouTube scene, then yes, if you're passionate about something, then your parents, if you're lucky, are going to support you. At the Latter Day COD says, honest thoughts on competitive moving to PS4. How do you feel about it, and what percentage you think it will happen? Man, it's so weird. I think it's honestly just 50-50, because COD is with PS4, MLG is with Xbox, so it's just a coin flip, you know, 50-50. But I don't think it'll be that big of a deal. If it goes to PS4, it goes to PS4. I'm still gonna play on the Xbox One. A ton of YouTubers is still gonna play on the Xbox One. The competition on the Xbox One is going to be insane for anyone who just wants to grind GBs and grind UMG matches. And then also, you know, the LANs will be a lot smoother if PS4 is the console that we use, because the LAN settings are kind of like the Xbox 360 rather than the Xbox One, so it's a lot smoother. Custom gamer tags. It is actual LAN, and you don't have to connect it online, and you don't have to do hard resets, and you don't have to delay the stream any more than it needs to be delayed. So yeah, I think, honestly, I kind of want it to go to PS4, but we'll see. Alright guys, thank you so much for asking me questions and watching and participating in Ask Hitch. This is the second one that I've done. I'm really hitting YouTube again. I'm hitting it hard. I'm all moved in. I'm going to show you guys what my apartment looks like. I'm waiting for one thing, one little surprise, and then I'll give you like a full tour of everything that is Hitch's apartment. So thank you guys for watching. This God Mode shirt is way too tight, and we'll see you next time. Peace.
Enemy down.